Well, let's stop that racist conversation.
Yeah, exactly. How much of that came on the air?
We're starting this a little bit differently today, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we going to explain how we're starting it different?
No, we just did it. We're starting this a little bit differently today, guys.
Come on, Joe. That was me.
Oh. What the?
That was me. Oh, that's funny. What the hell is going on? I need to go to the bar.
So what's up, guys? What's up, viewers? Yeah. What's up, Ted, Dave G, Joe T, T-Lec?
I was just talking to
Will
Dave
Speed in the chat again.
Me and Dave were talking on the phone, discussing how we're going to take over the world.
We got the Jesus fish.
Jesus fish. For sure. So, I got something cool in the mail. You want to see?
This is weird.
No, I thought we were supposed to go over other things first. What is it?
No, we're going to show my cool stuff I got in the mail.
All right.
Are we in a 5-minute?
I see like a cow with udders.
Damn! I got my leak detector.
You already showed us this 13 times.
Yeah, but I got it in my hands.
Oh,
look, dude, you can't tell me that is not the coolest leak detector ever.
Yeah, unravel it.
Fuck, no, because I already broke the thing doing that. I broke the little holder right here. Look at it, it snaps.
This is the weirdest thing.
This is the coolest thing. Look at this leak detector, man. But check it out. That's not the only leak detector. Look at this thing. Look at this.
Can you use it to clean your ears?
I don't know, but it's a super HD 200.
Can you
look at that?
Can you show us that cow with the udders on your desk? What's the udder cow?
What?
Moo cow?
Oh, it's a koala. My dog grabbed it from my daughter's room.
Oh, okay.
Cutie.
I don't believe it.
Hold
I think
on.
that's totally
Hold on. My video is lagging. What the hell? Is your guys' video lagging? This is
no,
weird.
my video is not lagging.
You guys realize that Joe has not said one word since he's been on here with us?
I think it's. I think that's Joe's brother.
Oh, his microphone's off. No wonder. He thought we were ignoring him.
Joe's been on the show for 10 minutes before we started, and we noticed his mic wasn't working.
Is it working now, Joe? No, it's not. I'm sorry.
Oh, this is so great.
All right, I got my computer fixed
nope,
here.
Not
this
working.
Is great. All right.
Wait. I have to give recognition. I should have done it on the post. So this was actually given to me by a guy at the HVAC training symposium.
Wasn't
he
he
actually
from,
had a booth?
Wasn't he from? He was from Rector Seal.
Well, no, he was at the Diversitech booth, but he was showing his own product. So
that thing looks like a rectum seal.
No, it was his Easy T product, and it was actually pretty cool.
That is his easy teaser.
You don't think that those teas were pretty cool?
Well, you know what? Actually, I felt bad for that guy because very early on in the symposium, he came up to you and he was like, "Hey, do you think you could film my Easy Tea and like do a little thing on that?" And you're like, "Yeah, we'll talk to you later. We'll talk to you later."
Hold on.
And then Chris just blew him off.
Fans to talk
no,
to.
I went over there.
Blew him off the entire show. And then at the very end, this guy comes over. He's like, I saved up for like 6 months and I found this at an antique shop. And I bought this for you in hopes that you would film me.
Yeah. I couldn't buy my kids Christmas
presents. No, he heard me talking about those. I had already filmed before he even gave these things to me. So I went over and I made some footage at his booth. No, he's a cool dude. But he
doesn't want your pity footage, Chris.
Yeah. Yes, he does.
Chris has
but
like
you didn't seriously. You didn't like that Easy Tea though. That thing was pretty cool.
It is cool. But hey, Joe, we still can't hear you. We can't hear you, Joe. I'm sorry.
We cannot hear you.
What's this Easy Tea that we're talking about?
Unplug it, plug it back in.
I'll show you right now.
Don't forget saying hi to Luke and Randy. Check that off the box or the list. Check that box off the list.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to get my head in the game, man. This whole anonymous Jeff comment about he'd never be so bored to watch this show has really gotten to me.
That's what we changed the whole format of the show. We're trying to be
took away the
proper.
Music.
We took away music
anymore.
We're not swearing.
Halfway through, we're gonna read Bible verses.
There you go. There he is.
Hey,
guy.
Canadian.
So here,
American.
I guess
I'm gonna give the guy a bone right now.
You're off the feet.
I bet that's not the first time you said that.
You walked into that one, but
yeah, no kidding.
Literally.
Yeah, I bet the other guy backed into it.
So
So much for being proper.
Actually, that was another thing the guy told us. We need new writers. Like,
tell him to go fuck himself.
Yeah, that's
No,
true.
so this
too.
guy, check this out though. This guy designed this tee.
oh,
right?
he designed it?
Yeah, it's his tool. It's his.
I
tee.
actually have used that many times.
Yeah, this is his thing. It's called AC Easy Tee, and you have these special fittings, and it allows you to blow out just the drain without blocking off the coil. Like you can just blow straight down the drain. You can block. It's actually a pretty cool little thing. Yeah. So all it is a kit with the tees and the little fittings to go on your hose nozzle, so you can blow out the drains. It's super. Honestly, I don't buy them quite as much anymore because the supply house by me doesn't carry them anymore. Yeah, it's aceeasyt.com. It's actually pretty cool.
It's much easier than cutting it and capping it real quick.
Or
recutting it and
no, it's really neat. And you, like, for instance, he made a good point. Like you could fill up the drain pan with a cleaner because you want to break down the grime in it or whatever, and you can use one of those fittings and then drain it and then jet it out and all these different things. I thought it was a pretty cool little design he had.
And this guy was at the symposium?
Yeah, he was at the Diversitech booth. He's the guy that gave me the leak detector.
Yeah, I felt real bad when Chris blew him off and walked away from him.
I did not blow him off.
That booth was like so far away in the parking lot, I couldn't even make it.
Chris was like happy and wanted to talk to everyone there for a long period of time, except this guy. The guy came up and he was like, "Oh, Chris, can I have a second? We'll talk later. I gotta go."
He's like, "You are looking at me right in my eyes and talking directly to me."
Somebody in chat was saying that guy is, what did he say? I don't want to put him on blast. That's why I'm not going to say who said it. He says that gentleman's a punk, whoever's saying that.
No. Well, I mean, we were a little, we went a little far last week.
I think Adam immediately called him a douche canoe.
Yeah.
How were we far last week?
That is true. The
first comment was, "We don't allow douche canoes," which we totally do. I offered the guy a free T-shirt if he changed his mind.
We actually welcome douche canoes on the show.
Yeah. All sorts of people.
If you knew the show,
a wide variety of viewers: intelligent,
and not intelligent.
Douche canoes, non-intelligent.
You just got to figure out which one you fall into that loop. Do me a favor in the chat. Let me know if you're intelligent or not intelligent. Go ahead and let us know.
Yeah.
Do you? All right. Well, did we push it too far with our sound effects last week?
So
is our song annoying in the beginning?
Yeah. Why are you asking these questions?
What should be changed about the show?
Who cares?
Survey.
Yeah, I don't even care that much. I think the music's too long sometimes.
Put a poll in the chat, Adam. You can put a poll in the live chat.
Yeah, you could.
Pull up the Facebook or the YouTube feed.
Are you
do you need a paddle for your
douche
canoe?
Anonymous. He just cuts right to the chase. Yeah, we want to know if you're a moron or not.
I'm just a dumb tech. Welcome to the club, Will.
Douche canoes, and maybe depends who is asking. Yeah.
Well,
what's up, Susie? Jesus
do you need
fish,
a paddle for a douche canoe?
ham bone.
All right, so
that's a good question.
I wanted to talk about something. We started to talk about it at the beginning, and I said to pause because I want to cover this.
Yeah,
so
I hear
you guys making fun of me? Oh, you're playing your stupid sounds, you douchebag.
All right, stop it. I'm sorry.
It is kind of raunchy, though. I just gotta admit that.
But I don't think it's really. I think it's something totally different, though, right?
It was honestly.
It was just to finish a jog.
That was Chris's idea. He's the one who came up with it. He got me going, so I want to blame him.
No, Adam played it, and I'm like, dude, you got to play that like just real quick and not tell the guys.
Oh, you did not say real quick. You said let's play it like at least 5 to 7 times during the show randomly.
No, I did not. You asshole.
That's like when we're just hanging out, and like one of you guys are just randomly watching porn on your phone. I'm like, dude. Like we're hanging out. Like, yeah.
So, just like Yamo, when he sends us, he sends me, sends you guys, he sends me a text, right?
Yeah, no. I don't do the. I told him keep those in direct messages.
Well, he does it sometimes. He's like, I'm seeing something, and it's like it's a pretty cool text. All of a sudden, in the middle of it, all of a sudden, this big schlong comes out, and it's big. It's so loud. I'm with customers. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh my god.
Wait, okay, so let's address this. Last night, I was getting ready to go to bed, and I had this really cool idea, and so I'm thinking, you know what? I need to get this idea in the group chat before I forget it. So I just threw it in the group chat so I wouldn't forget it. By the way, I already forgot what it was, Joe. So you need to remind me when I get done making fun of you. But so then it's 10:30 at night at my house. No, 11 or something. And fucking Joe in 2 seconds responds. And I'm like, what are you doing up?
Yeah, Joe never sleeps.
Yeah. Do you just leave the notifications on
He's
your
the
messenger?
moderator for the chat too. So he's like,
good God. But
gotta
what was it I
moderate this
even
chat.
said? Do you remember, Joe? Because I don't.
Yeah, you said what'd you say? You sent something like
just the general idea, and then I'll go. But I just needed the general idea of what it was I sent. I don't remember. See, I already forgot it. It's
Nobody cares.
It was funny, and I was like, okay, I gotta go to bed.
This is
I can't remember.
So we were talking about something before, and we were talking about how tunnel vision sometimes, like techs driving to service calls, and I had this idea, but how techs will try to overthink and figure out what's going on before they get to the service call. And while yes, I do that sometimes now, but I feel like I'm experienced enough that I can work my way through things. But for a younger, more apprentice level tech, they could completely get tunnel vision.
That's a very good point.
Also, when you do that, do you ever notice yourself when you do that you kind of get yourself like worked up about the call you're going into at times?
Yes. So what I was thinking though was, I'm going to try something different. So when an apprentice, because I'll get that. Well, like my apprentice or another guy will call me as he's driving to like this thing that could be a big deal. He's like, what do you think it could be? You know, talking that kind of stuff. And at that point, I'm no longer going to try to entertain their thoughts about that. And what I'm going to do instead is, let's say he's going to work on an exhaust fan. Well, instead, while he's driving there, we're going to talk about the typical operation and the control strategy for an exhaust fan. So that way he's thinking about how the system works.
How it works instead of
what's wrong. Yeah, right. So that's a cool idea. So if someone calls like on the way to a walk-in freezer down, let's talk about the control strategy of that particular walk-in cooler. How does it work? Where does the power come from? And we're getting the mind thinking instead of giving them the answer. We're kind of leading them to the answer.
You know, that kind of reminds me of I don't want to get off this subject because there's a lot of stuff to add to this subject, but that reminds me of one of Brian Orr's podcasts a long time ago. He said that when, I don't know if he was referencing himself or if he was quoting somebody else had told him or another tech or whatever, but he said when he was training with apprentices as they're driving together, he'll sort of have a game with them where he'll ask them, you know, like trivia questions essentially about how things work, and they'll just discuss how things work and, you know, what if this, then this, and what if that, then what happens? And
Hamilton, dude, if I could find a way to be a teacher and still be able to film videos like in the field working, I would legit do it right now. Like I am done dealing with customers and like I like fixing things. I love it, and I love explaining my thought process and stuff. So I got to figure out a way to do this where I can travel
for somebody. You might have to bounce around from company to company for a little while until you find one that, you know, kind of suits your style. But man, I'm telling you, all the stuff you guys tell me about, like I see on a little tiny window. But man, being a business owner, it sounds like it sucks.
I was just having a conversation dealing with
business owner / tech rather.
Don't get me wrong, like there's money, but I'm going to be flat out and tell you this, that the money that I make does not compensate me enough for the stress and the potential heart attack I'm going to give myself.
Being on call 351 days a year.
No, the money is not, like when you break it down, when you start looking at the numbers and you start thinking, and this is why when they talk to business owners, they're like, you know, when they ask a business owner how many hours he works and he'll say some crazy number, it's because I never turn work off. I literally come home and ignore my family.
You're kind of stuck. I mean, you're probably a little bit more well off than my company. Like you're a little bit larger in size, not very much.
But
I wouldn't say much.
If you want to become more successful, I mean, everyone has said it. Every business class I've ever taken, as far as HVAC goes, you need to get yourself out of the business and start developing processes and try to put people in place to do the jobs that you do right now.
My ideal dream, like if I was to keep my business, my dream is that I hire a general manager, give him an ownership share, and I get to just be a service tech that trains people. That would be my ideal position in this business.
Have to deal with all that other BS.
Nope. And let the general manager deal with that and the accounting person. And my focus is I still have an ownership portion. Of course, it's a smaller, you know, I mean, it's still an ownership portion, right? I still get a percentage, but then I get to go out and just do service calls and train people. That would be my ideal.
What's the pay of this general manager position?
I don't know. What do you want the pay to be?
Super company right here. Let's all move in together.
Let's do it.
We'll get a compound. Hey, let's get back to the overthinking stuff.
Everything. I'm the same way. I have trouble leaving work at work. I'm the same way, buddy.
You do?
Obviously, because it's Friday night and we're all supposed to be doing cool things and
Yeah,
drinking beer and
exactly.
hanging out.
No, we were doing cool things.
Yeah.
Hanging out here next to my treadmill and dinosaurs.
It's good to see. Actually, when you made that comment, Chris, Ti stepped in and said hi. Hey, it's good to see him in chat. Same with Jason. I think offshoot. But anyways,
let's go back to overthinking.
Going to that point. All professors like Ty, they all try to instill that into their students.
Who's Ty?
Yeah, who is Ty?
Ty, sorry. Ty Brennan. Sorry.
Ty.
I always go Ty. Is to find out why something is happening and not just, let's say, memorize something for an exam. And once you get that, the exam is a piece of cake no matter what exam you're doing.
Right.
So it's pretty cool how you said that. It's 100% true.
A TY is like a sheet metal fitting or a duct fitting.
Are you still on that?
Yeah. Or
damn Canadians.
So
I wanted to see how long I can make it quiet for.
So that happened. Yeah, so that happened.
So back to what Bill was talking about when everyone interrupted
Interrupted Bill?
Glad I lived through that. Remember that conversation we had earlier where like you're telling stories and people ask questions directly from that story that you've already answered in that story?
Did that just happen right now?
That's what happens all the time.
Is that the story of your life?
That's the story of my life.
You know that if it's the story of your life, usually it's something that you're doing that's causing that to happen.
It's because I'm monotone.
So basically,
you're
not
sounds
worth
the same.
anything.
Absolutely.
Where if I had some sort of like ambience or background music to kind of help deliver my messages, because I have no context in my voice, I have no emotion in my voice. So people tend to drift away as I'm talking and fall asleep or ignore me. And then they're like, oh, yeah, but what about this? And the guy, I literally just said that very thing 22 seconds ago.
I think you actually said that to me recently when I came up with an idea. You're like, I've been saying this forever. I think that was your exact words.
Yeah, remember like you had posted in our private chat, you had posted, I think HVAC Tactical had an interview with like chiropractors. And like, dude, you guys got to listen to this. Right. Like, we got to get healthy. We got to do this. And like, it's all about, we got to do that. I'm like, dude, I've been telling you guys that for like 3.5 years.
Yeah,
and nobody's listened to it. But then Chris watches this one video, and like everybody's like, "Wait a minute, this guy's on to something."
You know how much pushback I got for that post that I made? People are like, "Chiropractic's a scam. Don't do this. Don't do that." And I'm like, "All right, whatever floats your boat." Like,
yeah, I mean, or don't go to chiropractor. Like, do you get a commission from people that go there or something? You know,
we get paid for everything we talk about. Everything we talk about.
So from this point forward, we're not going to mention any sponsors. We're literally going to cover up every brand like we're on a crappy TV show, just to prove that we're drinking a Pepsi, but we're not going to show what it is. Like, we're going to do that.
Put black tape on everything.
Can we put the black tape on our HVACR shirts or hats?
No. This stays on.
The
only advertisement approved.
I guess you can see it.
Where can I get merch? This is the best channel. Where can you?
Hell yeah, it is.
HVACRvideos.com.
Awesome. I mean, I feel really good about what he said because that's coming from the HVAC god.
Who?
That's
doesn't get much better than that.
Is Isaiah here?
No, literally the HVAC
chiropractors rock. No, for real though, you can get the channel merch at HVACOvertime.com.
Yeah, buddy, go buy our shit.
So how
I'll hug it before it gets out in a box to you.
Yeah. Anything interesting
What's
this week, guys?
This week?
Well, before we get back onto this, I wanted to delve into that subject of underthinking jobs. We're talking about overthinking jobs. Okay. We did that for 19 seconds before you guys got distracted?
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So what about underthinking
hold on a second. Look, can we go back to overthinking jobs?
Yeah.
Just for a brief moment before we move on.
I've been preaching structure, and let's stick to one thing for a while.
That actually happened today on a job. Okay.
Overthinking?
Yeah. So I had... Well, one of the guys that used to work for me, when his other company that he works for now, he moved kind of far away. When they don't have work for him, he calls me, and I always have work for the most part, right? So I didn't have anything planned for today because I was doing estimates and other stuff, and we had a air conditioning system sold, and we called the lady first thing in the morning. Do you have time? Yeah, let's do it. Blah blah blah. The plenum was crazy wide on this thing. It was an insane plenum. And it wasn't deep enough for the evaporator coil.
So is this one of the systems that has a plenum on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so it wasn't deep enough for the evaporator coil. And he was trying to figure out all these ways. Do we do this? Do we do that? He's cutting it open. He's studying it, how to figure out how to get this thing in there and look at it. And then I said, did you think about turning the evaporator 90 degrees?
Really?
Well, how would that work? And I'm like, well, if you look at the size of the drain pan, it's like the exact size of the outlet of the furnace. It would fit perfectly, no problem. And that was like me walking into the house, looking at it after like 45 seconds. And he's like, I've been looking at this thing and studying it and going over this for hours.
Are you cursed in life with that kind of mentality? Because I am.
What?
I look at things, my wife is like, hey, how about we do this? And I'm like, nope, not going to work. She's like, wait, how? And I'm like, it's hard for me to explain, but it's not going to work. Like my head just works.
No, I can't do it. I've been in that guy's position where I've overthought something and it was something so stupid. Yeah. Like I've done it. I feel like I do it a little bit more than I should sometimes.
I think about it before, but
like I do that too. When there's a service call, I feel like I might be intimidated to go on. I'll think about it. Could it be this? Will it be that? Blah, blah, blah. And I get all psyched up on it. And then it ends up being something that's ridiculously easy.
I once installed a brand new condensing system. It was a system change out. And I put the condensing system in there. I was piping it up. And for whatever reason, it was misordered and it didn't have a headmaster on it. So I had to put in a fan cycling switch. And I'm piping everything. I'm thinking about this, thinking about that. And I get the fan cycling switch hooked up. I get it. Everything was up and running. And its fan's not coming on. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And it took me an hour after it was running to figure out that I had piped the fan cycling switch to the suction line.
How'd that make you feel?
Real stupid.
Well,
so I'm not going to go into this one, but I've accidentally bought the wrong pressure controls. Like, because they do make pressure controls that don't make sense because they have certain processes.
No, if they don't make sense, they don't make dollars.
Side.
What's that?
Side to side.
No, like for instance, it'll be a high pressure control that's close on rise instead of open on rise, right? But it may just be labeled that's actually a fan cycle control, but they call it a high pressure control. So you'll grab them and you'll start installing them, and then you're like, wait
a minute.
Yeah.
I was responding to Jason Abjute.
Yeah, I was going to tell Adam to highlight his comment, but he's kind of slow on the ticker usually.
Yeah,
you know
that's true. Yeah, he's just leaning back and joining the ride, right on Chris's words.
Yeah.
So you were saying that the fan cycling switch is different than what kind of switch?
Well, I was saying that I've gone, like, you feel like you're overthinking things, but I've just gone and accidentally bought the wrong pressure controls and didn't pay attention. So you get a high pressure control that's close on rise. Why would you have a high pressure control that's close on rise?
That's true.
It's a fan cycle switch is really what it is, right? So because a fan cycle switch.
Wait. No, I said that wrong. You do want it to close on rise to turn the fan on.
No, but we're talking about a high pressure control, high pressure cutout.
Oh yeah, okay, I got you.
It should open on rise, right?
Yeah.
But the point that I'm trying to make is sometimes you can go in, you can overthink things, you can underthink things, you can just make a simple mistake and it leads to the biggest errors. So, I mean, sometimes it's so what's the answer?
Those things make me, those are the stupid things that I do sometimes that make me, I don't know. I've been getting out of the habit of beating myself up for a very long time when I do stupid things like that, but it really drives home the fact, like, it humbles me for one, but it's like, man, I still got to stay studied up on my shit. Like, I can't fall behind on stuff like this.
Underthinking, I've realized, when I was talking earlier about processes and owning a business, you need to develop processes. And I was thinking it's going to be hard for me to start thinking in terms of processes. And I don't like saying that because I feel like I have a lisp.
Is it processy?
Processy?
I don't know. I'm asking. Or is it processes or is it process? Is process plural? I think process might be plural.
Processes.
Right. Processes?
It's what do you call it when it's singular and plural?
A dual manometer?
I don't know. I think it's process.
Fluid.
I think that is plural and singular.
But anyways, I realize that I do have a lot of processy that I use on a daily basis. When you're installing something, I do residential. So like for instance, I always see different people over the years. They're using the big appliance mover, the hand trucks. And when they take it off a water heater or furnace, they just stand it up and let it stand there in somebody's house, right? I'm like, go lay it down or bring it outside. And it's like it's a mistake that's made over and over again. They don't understand why it's a big deal. It's like, it's a big deal because I saw somebody knock it down and hit a garage door that was 2 days old, and it cost $5,000 to fix the mistake.
Yeah.
Right. And like just little things like that you do on a daily basis. I've developed them. Primer, Joe, purple primer, right? Do you use purple primer? How easy does purple primer leak out of the jug?
Very easy. It's so thin. It seems like it's the thinnest thing in the world.
Right. You cannot. And that's one of the things that I stress. I don't want to see you carrying purple primer out of somebody's house in your hand. I want it in a bucket or something because you tip the lid and you ruined a floor.
Although it will. So if you treat it, if it can, it will, then you'll protect your ass.
Right.
Although here we don't have to show like some areas. Oh, the inspector wants to see purple primer. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That the inspectors want to see that.
Yeah,
here we have clear primer, so you don't have to see that purple nasty shit everywhere.
But I was talking to Dave G earlier, and when he works in some of the smaller towns and stuff like that, those inspectors are just stuck in their ways, and he ran into a problem.
Here they want to see it
with what is it, the Nylog White. He ran into a problem with the Nylog White because some podunk inspector said it doesn't say what he wanted to see on the bottle.
Although talking to our best friend, Mr. John Pastorello from Refrigeration Technologies, they are now becoming UL listed in Canada for I believe 300 PSI in the next month or two.
Yep.
And also he tinted the Nylog White a little bit more white.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if I was allowed to say that yet, but yes, the Nylog White. No, because I was shown it. I didn't know if it was released yet, but no, he showed it to me. It's Nylog White, and it's super white.
That's
it's not
wrong,
going to dry
David
clear.
K.
So
European users,
bugs in my beard.
Mike and Enko, can you explain what purple primer is for the European viewers? It's pretty much like a cleaner solvent, just
it's a purple
preps the surface, right?
Purple cleaner.
It softens the PVC.
So that
way it cleans and softens, and then when you use the solvent on it, it kind of bonds the PVC together. I guess you would say.
Primer can be tricky if you don't understand it, because I don't do a lot of plumbing, and I can remember even when I was younger doing sprinklers at the house, and putting primer and then putting too much primer, and like because I'm not good at reading instructions, so I would put way too much, and then it would just mess everything up. That stuff's confusing sometimes for me.
Your story, Adam, reminded me of the story I lived through today. I was talking to my apprentice, and he was doing a job up on a roof, and as he was climbing down, he mentioned something about the wind. I said, "Is your ladder strapped off?" And he's like, "No, I forgot." He's like, "But don't worry, I'm not going to fall." And I was like, "Well, it's not so much about you falling off of the ladder, because bungee cord around the top of your ladder is going to keep you from falling off the ladder." And he's like, "Well, I don't want, if I fall with the ladder." I'm like, it's probably not going to happen. The odds of you sliding over with the ladder, it could happen, but probably not. It's like the bungee cord is there mostly to keep your ladder from blowing over on people walking by, blowing over on cars, blowing over and falling down, and you're stuck up on a roof. Mr. Stevens?
Okay, so the point I want to make about the ladder, what good does a bungee cord do on the top of the ladder when it falls?
Well, it keeps it from falling over.
Okay, but if the wind's strong enough, the ladder's going to kick out and it's going to separate, and you're still fucked, and you got half a ladder hanging from a bungee cord.
I don't know how that.
So
yes, if you think about an extension ladder will pull apart.
But how could the wind blow the bottom?
You guys
with stoppers.
You don't have ladder. You don't have winds like we do here. So when I pull a rope down, it goes all the way down to the second ladder and ties around that, and then pulls back up.
Have you guys seen this nifty tool that I saw the first time at the symposium?
Yeah, but it only attaches to rain gutters, is what I'm told. So you're not going to use that on a commercial building, I don't think. I guess I need to look at the pictures.
This is I'm trying to make
a few that I have that have like a gutter going across the back of the building.
Yeah.
So yeah, it clips onto your ladder, and then it also
go to the picture. There's a picture. Go zoom out. There's one showing it on a ladder.
On your ladder, like to keep it there all the time, or you got?
He's just holding it. The guy's holding it. Wait.
Yeah, he's gonna go clip onto a rain gutter. Yeah, but they only clip onto rain gutters. It's cool,
as opposed to a hurricane gutter,
a milk gutter.
Yeah,
a gutter.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys don't call the things in the ground gutters too?
Do they have parking brakes on
Yeah, gutters.
We call the things in the ground, like our sewer open culverts or whatever, we call them gutters.
You call those gutters?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Before I forget, somebody in chat was saying is
such a strange world.
An ORI valve, if it's the same as a headmaster, and
open on rise.
An ORI valve is
pretty much
part of a system of head pressure control. It's going to have a holdback valve and an ORI valve. And they do a similar function to what you would call an LAC valve. An LAC valve is the typical head pressure control valve, and it's super basic. Then there's the OROI. Those ones are kind of complicated.
The OROA
or whatever. Yeah,
I can't say it right.
That's like a headmaster. The ones I came across, the ORIs, they're usually in conjunction with let's say ORD, which is like open on differential.
Isn't that like taking a headmaster and then dividing the two things that it does?
Pretty much.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's set for a certain PSI, pretty much, and if it was to try to
one hold back and then one bypasses.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, you know what? Isn't it the same thing as an EPR valve? It's the same thing.
That I don't know, but the thing, if you want to know more about those, you definitely want to go over to advancedrefrigerationpodcast.com and
go over there and watch Mr. Brett Pretzel and his
check them out. They talk because that's more on the heavy industrial supermarket side. Most of the light commercial stuff you're going to see just OROA valves, single component valves. So or LAC valve.
Although on some package units, that's what I've been seeing. They have both. The older systems had the ORI valves, and actually I used to adjust them a little bit to cheat the compressor. Yeah, the humidification units. And I sometimes used to just adjust the ORI valve just to cheat the compressor if it was failing, like not premature failing, but on his way out. I try to adjust it just to help the compressor out a little bit. But yeah, you're right. Most come with just the standard head pressure control that's set to what 180 or 190, I guess.
Humidification are they doing in package units that you have a ORI valve or anything like that?
Yeah.
Isn't it like a reheat coil or something that
you're just thinking of like built up, like the package units that need to run in low ambience, still cooling, or for like you're saying dehumidification, right? So it's still going to run in cooling mode, so you need to float the head pressure.
Dehumidification, yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they even had the Dectrons used to have a common Sporlan like you could say ORI valve that used to always screw up, and a lot of guys on the screw up used to just add a refrigerant because I guess you'll get high superheat, and they just dump refrigerant when technically it's that valve which is acting on the evaporator side, and you just chop it out.
See that twinkle in Chris's eye.
So this is the basic LAC valve, the simplest design of a head pressure control valve. With the point that I wanted to try to make, you have a dome charge like an expansion valve, right? That dome charge contradicts the pressure in the system, la-di-da, right? Sporlan, actually, I didn't know this, but they actually make one of these that's adjustable now.
Oh, really?
So it has a nut on the top, and you can adjust the pressure at which it bypasses. So the funny thing is it kind of made me laugh because we have all these new requirements to lower the head pressure of our systems to save energy. And it just makes me think like you're going to buy the system and then you're just going to have your contractor adjust it so it runs better.
Yeah, that's a good workaround right there.
And I shouldn't say right, but it's the workaround of trying to install a condensing unit on the wrong system. Of course, the lower the head pressure, the more efficient it's going to be. But it is funny that they make an adjustable one now. So
you're right.
Hey, remember earlier when we were asking everybody to tell us if they were intelligent or if they were morons?
Oh, that's right.
If you happen to be a moron and you don't want to be a moron no more, go check out refrigerationmentor.com. Go talk to our buddy Trevor.
He has another masterclass coming up in April, I believe.
Next month.
Yeah. Now, his masterclass is this like through that website that does all those different masterclasses, or this is like his own?
This is his own. Yeah. And I'll be honest, like it's pretty darn good. There's like I'm kind of rusty on like walk-in coolers because I took a couple months off and changed filters for a while and stuff, but it's very in depth to the point where I went back and I watched last week's, and there's stuff like I'm like I don't remember any of this. None of it. There's so much. There's just so much there to unpack. You have to watch it twice, maybe even 3 times.
Yeah, I definitely have not had the opportunity to watch his masterclass program. So
would you recommend signing up for that if you're like a newbie?
I think it would be benefit. Just knowing Trevor, it's going to be beneficial no matter what experience you have in the industry.
Like if you're a newbie, this is kind of like trying to drink out of a fire hose. But
no,
it's still pretty good. I mean, if you just came out of like HVAC school, I mean, this is going to be pretty in-depth stuff for you. I mean, there's stuff that I'm like, I'm getting the questions wrong, and I mean, not that I'm some sort of super genius, but I mean, I've been doing it 14 years. I've only been doing it right for 2 of those years, though. But
yeah,
it's just a Canadian standard. Yeah,
it's just
pretty high up
how
there.
we roll.
I have I signed up for a class I'm pretty excited about, guys. Coming up next month. It is NCI's duct system optimization class.
Yeah,
and
you had me all excited.
Brian Hughes,
you posted about that in the chat, and for some reason today I was like, wait, is it in California? Because they have they had a place out here, and I had to look it up when you said that, Adam. I was like, no, damn it, he's not coming to
it would have been cool to go to. Would have been that educators conference.
Yeah, I wanted to
go
to
that. Cool to go to. There's just so
but
many
anyways,
things to try to get to.
Adam, back to the NCI thing. So where is it that you're having to travel to?
Like 15 minutes from my house.
Oh, okay, got you.
What's this about? What's the
So I from what I take, this is, I think John Ellis described this class to me. He's taken all the different NCI classes, which I'm starting to take the NCI classes. That's my goal right now. But the duct system optimization class and residential air balancing, it's cool because you could take the class, but then they offer for an extra fee, you could take a test to get certified in it. I'm not sure what the certification means, whatever, but
hey, cooling with Kraus, we don't know what you're saying.
What?
Cooling with Kraus. Why, Air, can I reach you? You able to speak with you at the symposium?
That was a great message.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Actually, he was able to speak with me. I do remember, if that's who I think it is in the profile. You can reach me at hvacrvideos@gmail.com.
Boom.
So
he doesn't answer his emails
at gmail.com.
No, absolutely not. No, he doesn't.
I just don't answer yours.
Don't waste your time. He's not going to look at it. But anyways, the point of this class is they train you how to go through a duct system, diagnose issues, and instead of replacing the whole duct system, if there's like different parts of the house that have bad airflow, to surgically make small repairs here and there and to have drastic differences. And then obviously residential air balancing, the best practices and methods.
Yeah,
that's cool. But like, how would you make those changes? Like just with dampers?
I don't know. I got to take the class. Joe, you're asking, we're putting the cart in front of the horse or whatever they call it.
Putting the chicken in front of the egg.
Put the chicken in front of the egg. I had an interesting call the other day. And because it happened before,
I believe it means an old wooden ship.
I got caught. I caught on it. There was a boiler. I've seen it in HTP and NTI, but board right out of the startup, a board failing. I'm like, okay, so I changed the board. It gives you that famous code. They're known for it. And I changed the board. And then I change it, warranty, whatever, and it happens again. I go, wait a minute, something's going on here. Now, this happened to me way back in with an HTP wall hung boiler, is that there was insulation where the sensor goes into the top of the boiler in the chamber there. The insulation has like that wire meshy stuff in between, and what happened was, I guess wherever they made it, it wasn't, the hole wasn't big enough, and it was touching the sensor, and it was throwing off codes. It was like jumping, the voltage was jumping to the wire or whatnot. Anyways, it threw off a code. It could do all kinds of messed up things. Well, this manufacturer that I had the other day, I don't know if it was that. I can't say if it was that or before this. I don't know why they did this. The harness comes in behind into the board, PCB board, and they crimp it down with this hard plastic white clip. So I loosened it, and I had 2 low voltage that go into the harness, crimped tight. I loosened it, board's working. Could have easily changed another board again. Isn't that crazy?
How'd you find that?
This one I called, and I was checking, and he's like, I go, listen, dude, I had an HTP, and this is, I don't know how I figured this one out, but is there something like, what's the common things you guys are getting with a PCB board? This is the second one now on startup. He's like, okay, let's go over a couple of things. And he told me about the board one. That's one of the clip.
So they're aware of this issue.
Yeah, and you know what's funny, Bill? You said they're aware of this issue, but they're still doing it.
There's
so
no
why not
recall
change
or
it?
nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, they should be doing a recall, like, or some sort of warranty repair, I guess.
Right. Well, the board is going to be warranty, but that's, it sucks because you're in the middle, you're pressure, you're trying to get the job done, and something like this, because it happened to me a while back, I kind of have maybe second one, something's fishy going on here. Don't just say it's another board again. And the manufacturer like, what the fuck's going on? So I was a little heads up, like, okay, something's up going on. So I start with my sensors, see if there's any ceramic off my sensors. I did that whole thing. I did it with my HCP boiler. I put like the holes bigger, so there's nothing touching that. Now it could have been that too. I'm not sure, but when he told me to check the clip, I loosened that and it cleared the board and it was all fine. So I don't know which one it was, but
when you get to the point you're diagnosing something, right?
Yeah,
and you have an issue with a part, and you're like, this part's bad, and then you bring out the next part, and you're like, this part that I'm replacing is also bad, new out of the box. There's a very strong likelihood that was not the issue originally.
Absolutely
diagnosed. I don't know why this reminds me of a completely separate story, but I want to run this by you guys, see if you can tell me what you think. On the hot side of things, we have ovens, right? And they have intermittent ignition. For the most part, intermittent ignition. And lately on the, I don't know what brand it is, Blodgett maybe. We'll just say Blodgett. On the ignition cable that goes from the ignition module to the actual igniter itself, the sparker, it's like an orange, cable. I'm sure you guys have seen them before.
Yeah.
You ever cut one of those open?
It's like a little wire inside of it, right?
Well, no, it's not actually like a wire. It's like a thread. Like it's like a clothy sort of thread.
Braided?
It's not like stranded wire or anything, but it's like a carbon coated thread. And the best I can come up with online, which Will Speed probably knows this. He works on a lot of weird stuff that I feel for some reason he would know this. But yeah, if you cut it open, it feels like it's like a thread. But if you rub it against your skin for a little bit, you get a little bit of a dark substance coming off.
Why were you rubbing it against your skin?
Well, I rub a lot of things.
You like open it up and you're like smelling it and you're rubbing it against.
I don't rub it on my wrist. That's stupid.
Where did you rub it?
On my tongue. But I've never actually figured out exactly what that's called. And I think tech support or Google at some point in time impressed upon me that it's a carbon coated sort of thread, like a carbon fiber or something that's coated with carbon, and that's how it actually conducts the current to make a spark. But if anybody in the chat knows, let me know.
The Chipmunk, which is an electronic guru, he says carbon fiber cable.
Look at that. I almost got the name right, but accidentally.
Weaver, I appreciate it. Honestly, when you're feeding off each other, great. Look, our chat, the people in the chat are amazing. They're awesome.
It actually is a great. I'm getting distracted, like reading the chat because there's great conversations going on right now.
It's like Microwave Cat.
It's like the symposium all over again. Like people are being nice to each other. Like
Panda Express. That tastes like Microwave Cat.
Chris is ignoring us just like he did the Easy Tea guy.
Yeah, but I did see limoncello. Who was talking about limoncello? Chris?
Limoncello, dude. That's the LaCroix. So they make a lemon LaCroix, right? That one's okay, but limoncello. Get that one. It is insane.
You want me to show you some real limoncello that they have in Italy? Come on, buddy.
Come on, dude. You haven't left Toronto, bro.
You imagine it. You imagine in 1897 when somebody like invented green beans and they're like talking about it with the same passion. Chris is like, they're green beans with butter on them. They're insane.
You don't put butter on green beans, dude. If you get the whole green beans and you don't trim them and boil them, just a little salt and pepper.
Oh, no, you got to trim them and boil them.
No.
What's up, Pouch?
What's up, Pouch? No, honestly, there's in Italy, it's a big thing for limoncello. It's like a liqueur, and you have it after a liqueur.
What are you curing with it?
It's a liqueur.
They call it liqueur.
What's it the cure for?
There's a cure.
So apparently, we're all into French and like Italian in this thing. We're all experts now. The Canadian's an expert Italian, and the whatever dude is an expert French person.
I'm a whatever dude now.
Captain French fries over there.
Freedom fries, my friend. Freedom fries. America.
this week's been, the chat hasn't been too active in our chat there. It's been pretty busy. I think we're all busy.
Too active in our chat.
Yeah. Anything else except for a couple middle fingers and some TikToks, but like a TikTok war.
Are you talking about our private chat?
Yeah.
Oh well, shoot! You gotta add some context to your
bro.
stories, Joe. You're jumping right in the middle.
You know
of
what,
stories.
Joe? I take it back. The commenter that I did not understand anything that he was saying in my Facebook comments,
it's me.
You might be on level with him.
we won't say who it is, but it's a son of another.
It was the son of Bill McAnus. Whatever his name is, it was his son, and it's like, dude, I didn't understand.
How do you know they're related?
Just troll his page. His dad's in the pictures. That's how you freaking.
I think you should friend him.
Or unique.
I am friends with him on Facebook.
We need to have him on. I think we should have McManus on the show. I absolutely,
Never.
Yeah, 100%. McManus needs to come on the show.
McAnus needs to come on the show.
I'm telling you, we're gonna have.
We have the potential to have some really smart guys on. Like we're talking about having Ty on, Eric Kaiser.
Oh, like how to bypass every safety in a boiler,
and then we're like,
in a fucking.
No, the thing is,
what about the handicap guy that works at the bus stop? Let's
McManus.
Like, how about we have somebody who adds quality to their lives?
McManus is infamous. All right, like everyone knows him. They know him.
Do you think he's being real, or do you think he's just trolling everybody?
That's what I want to know. Let's get him on here. And
I really wonder. I think he's just trolling everybody.
I'm gonna ask him to come. I'm gonna text him right now.
Person, it would be him
right now. Would you guys be opposed to it? Everyone but Joe.
I mean, you can have him on for like 3 minutes.
How about
3
you,
minutes
Chris?
exactly.
3 minutes.
Chris, are you good?
That's what we should do.
Just 5 minutes.
Bill McManus?
Yeah.
Yeah, I say go for it, man.
5 minutes.
What do you guys think about Bill McManus?
5 minutes.
I bet you most people don't know him in the chat.
Oh, if they're in Facebook, you know Bill McManus. He's in every group except ours because Chris kicked him out.
Honestly, I don't even know much about him.
See?
All I know is he
all
works
right?
on oil systems, right? He does oil stuff.
But he's just notorious for bypassing every safety
and then
like, posting pictures and saying how he fixed it cheaper than everybody else.
That's a small furnace. There's a lot more he does.
But I think he's trolling.
What does his icon look like?
His work though doesn't show trolling. He's crazy. He's just work.
We need to have Ty on, guys. The conversation.
Let's get Ty on.
Yeah, the conversation in the chat is talking about how Ty got ran over by a car.
That was
we need to have him on to tell that story. Like if he's interested in telling that story.
Getting run over by a reindeer.
Some lady hit him in the parking lot or something.
Yeah.
We have Ty on, Eric Kaiser. I mean, we have a bunch of that. What's that guy's name?
Eric Kaiser's coming up next week, I believe.
What's his? I forget his real name. Sheridan. You know him, Chris.
This guy.
Say what?
That Sheridan hamburger guy, Holden Hamburgers.
Oh, yeah, Holden Schamberger, I believe.
That's his name. Yeah, something like that.
Holden
he does HVAC Time YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I watched. He had a video the other day, and it was like a basic electrical troubleshooting, and I watched it and I couldn't turn it off. Like he genuinely is a very good educator.
Yeah. I'm
Let
telling
me find
you,
the
man.
title of it. I'm not gonna.
Stuff.
It's actually
I was blown away.
Somebody actually just said they have trouble with electrical. Where he said it. Anyways,
yeah, we can't get Steve Lab on. Last guy.
He refused. He said that we're a bunch of clowns.
Yeah, he called us stupid.
No, he didn't.
Kind of. He was gonna have Ted. Ted was gonna be our buffer and fluffer. He was gonna have Ted on, and Ted was the only one allowed to ask him questions. We could ask the questions to Ted, and then Ted need to verify if the question was good enough to ask him. We were not allowed to look at him or talk to him directly.
No, that's really no joke. Like
that's what happened.
Posted the link to Holden's video that I watched that I was blown away with. It's on his YouTube channel. It's called Advanced Modern Electrical Troubleshooting for HVAC Technician.
You know, I want to talk about something since we're on the topic of education. So I'm one of these guys where I'm pretty humble. I understand there's a ton of stuff that I don't know yet and a ton of stuff I want to know. And I also understand there's not enough hours in the day. So I get down on myself sometimes for not being able to stay up on all this stuff, reading up on all this material that you guys are talking about, watching all these videos. And what episode was it? I think it was the episode that Brett Pretzel had Brett Pretzel and what's his name, Kevin Loomis, something like that. They had Corey Cruz on there.
Oh yeah.
And one thing that Brett was talking about that really stuck out to me was that you don't need to learn something every day. Don't beat yourself up over that.
Yeah.
If you learned one thing a week, that's 52 things a year that you learned. 52 new things a year.
Yeah, but think if you learned one thing a day.
Well, now back to but that's what's giving me a fucking brain aneurysm.
I do have to acknowledge too is you need to listen to that episode with Brett Wetzel and Kevin Compass with Corey Cruz, because I met Corey. Corey is Bad TXV also on social media. He posts a bunch of really funny TikToks and actually pretty cool.
Oh, really? That's him?
Yeah, that's Bad TXV. So, and Corey, I met him at the symposium, and he is he's genuinely a very happy, excited person. And I
will say he kind of comes across as a punk at first. Definitely got like a punkish vibe.
Maybe, but he's a really cool dude. Like, and he's going places too. There's and that's something that I'm noticing right now. And this is really cool. And, I think in a way, all of us content creators help to bring in new content creators too. And obviously there's always going to be someone else that takes your, style and makes it his own. Right. And then it gets better and better and better every time. So this is only going to get better. The amount of educators that we have coming into this trade.
He's got a good story though, that Corey Cruz guy. He does have a good story of his transition from HVAC to the rack stuff.
And he tells it on the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Because I listened to that. Yeah. Brett
Pretzel and Kevin Loomis.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post another one for newbies or getting a trade, or just Ty's channel. Let me post it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Ty. I mean, there's so many. We need to.
There's so much just stuff to watch.
I think that we need to figure out how to make some sort of a network of people that we all recommend, like between each other, so that because people are always like, "Where can
I had this idea. I had this idea, which I would like to do in all of my free time that I don't have. But I was thinking about
my list.
I was thinking about creating a website, and on this website was going to be like a repository, not to be mistaken with a suppository,
but a repository where you go to shit.
A repository where you would say like you would have like different categories, right? And you would say like airflow or furnace diagnosis or
you mean like Google
refrigerant? Yes, but better, because Google only shows like popular people like Chris.
The show just turns off right now because he said only better than Google. Boom, we're done.
Right, nothing better than Google.
Well, my point is give people a place to go where they can go down the list and watch one at a time, then check it off.
I also think Gary McCready did that already.
Did he?
Yeah, I think almost word for word that very same thing.
Laska makes a good point, and I know you guys are all going to cringe, but we could do this on Discord very easily. I have a giant, well, not a giant, but I have the platform. We could literally change the name and turn it into a.
But wait, don't you have to pay for Gary McCready's app?
Yeah, $10 a year.
Yeah, but I'm doing it free. This is America.
The best comment was from Joe Shearer.
There we go. Now we're back on track.
Dude, it's $10. I'm pretty sure I'm still a member of Gary's app.
No, it's all right. I'm free.
It's actually pretty cool. It's very if you like the education of Facebook, but you don't like the drama, I will say Gary's app's good for that because he doesn't allow any.
I don't know how anybody has any time to really like read up on this stuff. Like I listen to as many podcasts as I can while I'm driving, because that's usually where I have the only time I have to educate myself.
Yeah.
I don't have much time at home to like come home at 7 o'clock at night, do all my shit, and then sit down and like read.
Do you guys ever like lately? I don't know if it's a depression or whatever, but like I've been where I just want to shut anything HVAC related off. Sometimes I'm just like, I just need to shut it off for 10 minutes because my life is literally that 24/7. So I'll go home and I literally watch travel videos or a family that sails on a boat around the world. I just watch that stuff.
You're gonna burn yourself out legit. Like I don't know how you haven't burned yourself out already. I burned myself out from doing YouTube.
Chris, seriously, Chris is on some kind of natural drug or something.
It's that LaCroix.
He never stops. He's just nonstop.
La crack.
Ryan Kerr said, didn't Brian and Bill Spoon try to start the Blue Collar Network? Didn't they try something before?
Yeah, that was a podcast network.
Yeah, that was just like a group of podcasters.
On another note, too, I wouldn't mind getting together with a bunch of content creators and starting a network where we can kind of help each other out, because that would be something I would think about. They have to be like,
Can we bring Steve Lav with?
sure, Steve can come. It's all good.
No.
I agree, Dave. I agree. It's crossover, but there's a fine line. They have to stop. Like, you know, I'm fixing a lot of their problems. Like these big mechanical companies. Well, these big mechanical companies have these plumbers doing some of the hydronics, and sorry, but it doesn't. They don't cut it.
And now I can't stop thinking about gay clubs.
It sounds like a gay club.
We need to go. Like one day, we need to all go to a gay club with
though.
Clive. We need to. Yeah.
That could be the name of our super heating and air conditioning company, the Gay Club.
Could be.
Now, before it's at the hour mark. Before we go, any more stories for the week? The work week?
What? Okay, I have a question. This is a good one. Yeah. What is your favorite
moderator too now?
Yeah. What? I don't have any stories from this week. I honestly, or maybe I just blocked them out because I'm genuinely not even thinking about that. But I do want to know what's your favorite flavor of crayon.
I have actually crayon 2 stories.
Yeah,
2 stories. I like purple.
I like purple.
Crayon? You know, I don't eat crayons, man.
All Skittles actually are flavored the exact same. They're just colored differently.
No, they aren't.
Crayons, Joe?
No, because if you get the green Skittle, the green apple one, it tastes different, dude.
I don't know, man. I'm just passing on random Google shit that I've heard. If I've heard it, it's true. 1,000%.
Come on, Saturday night's drag nights.
Crayola crayons are pretty good, but what's that other brand, Chris? It's man.
I'm trying to think of the brand name. You remember the scratch and sniff markers? The ones those didn't taste good. I didn't like those.
Chapstick. You ever bite into a chapstick?
Yeah, it just tastes like.
Did you ever
petroleum jelly?
Waxy.
Snap into a Slim Jim?
Oh yeah. Bust through the wall like the Kool-Aid man.
Random people do. Sounds like
Jeff was right.
Peel the paint off your car.
You know what we didn't talk about?
Jeff was right.
There's a lot of things we didn't talk about that we talk about in private.
I'm trying to find out what Jeff said.
While we still have a sliver of seriousness left in our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm having issues with my go ahead.
Notes on invoices. So one of the things as I'm teaching apprentices, it's not only about teaching them the ability to fix stuff and diagnose stuff and how stuff works. It's the ability to communicate with other human beings like managers and even through district managers and people in higher up that aren't going to be able to communicate directly with you. Instead, they have to look at your invoice and judge either by, yes, we will let you fix that for X amount of dollars, or yes, we will pay you based on your description. I can't.
Can we talk about that? Your the invoice.
Oh well, let me say something. So I'm gonna say the other side of this. So we used to do paper invoices, and we used to get so frustrated because my secretary in the office would try to read the paper invoice, or the customer would call us and they'd be like, I can't read his writing, right? So then we'd have to try to figure that out. Well, then we switched over to electronic invoicing, and we went to an electronic invoicing system where like problem solved. Then we realized not only can they not write, they can't spell. Okay. But the thing that I have learned is that a lot of technically minded people that are very amazing mechanics, they start to lose other motor skills, and they can't necessarily always type or spell correctly, but they're amazing mechanics. Their minds just work differently. For me, my writing, I have lost the ability to write legible. I used to have the neatest writing ever, and I can't anymore. I genuinely, my hands shake, and I can't. So I think the technically minded person kind of has a hard time sometimes with certain things. And that would even kind of go towards Clive's thing that he said a while ago, that a lot of technically minded people typically have a bit of autism too.
But I still think that is a skill that you should work towards sharpening if it is something you lack in.
For sure. I'm just counterpointing. But no, I agree too, because I have to deal with that. So
yeah, like I get these notes where it's like
do you read one?
Hold on.
Please read one.
Please read one. Read the first one.
All right. The guy who these notes are from is watching. I don't care.
Look at this. Ty says he can't spell. No, it's genuinely right. Ty says he can't spell. I mean,
well, here, let's go over this note before we start discussing everyone that has issues with this. Let's read this, Bill.
Yes, right, Joe. I did just call you autistic.
That's okay. Joe's got up syndrome instead of down.
Joe deserves that Joe knows.
Okay, so here's the first set of notes I got from somebody at my office. We're like, we don't really know what he's trying to get across here. So found the piece was broken. It was not something that could be fixed. the piece needs to be replaced, was able to find piece online. You're going to submit for time and materials.
No comments, no nothing.
So this T-Lech is saying voice to text, and then look at Hausch.
Yeah,
you get auto suggestions.
1,000%, 1,000% it's voice to text. But my issue is read it afterwards.
Right,
you voice, read it, double
and people in chat saying I can't spell. Who cares? But at least I know you're not going to.
You have okay. So you can't spell. There's a million things you don't know about certain things. What do? You Google it. You look it up. You find a manual. You learn the sequence.
And you don't even have to. You don't even need to Google it. You could just hit that little microphone on your phone and say,
suggest it. Like my point is, like, it's just another thing that you have to overcome in this difficult world is communicating in English, preferably. If we're talking amongst each other. But it's just like, I don't know how this thing works. Well, get online, look it up. You don't know how to say this word? Well, look it up. You want to use talk text? That's fine. Proofread it. Like, there's just certain things where you can't just like talk on your phone and then hit send, because then you just
I have to address this real quick, Joe. Is it T-Tech or T-Lech? Because it's spelled Lech.
T-Lech?
T-Lech?
Lech. There you go, Lech. It's not tech. Look at it, Joe. I'm not dyslexic here, am I?
I think that, like, to read notes like that, I think back to when I was in like grade school, and there was a handful of kids that came over from different countries that did not know anything about the English language, and they were making it through school, English classes, and all this, the difficulty of moving to a different country, and they were passing, and they were getting good grades. But we have people that are American that grew up with this language.
And
I want to develop sentences like this.
I want to make sure I'm getting a different point across here. Like, it's not necessarily just the grammar that that's part of it. It's like you don't call something a piece.
It's the
adjective. The adjective.
There's got to be more detail in it.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying like
I'm gonna let me read you a description, and I'm not trying to say I'm better than everybody, but I think about things differently. So I'll read you one of my descriptions.
No, you're definitely saying you're better than everybody.
Yeah. We're going to give you the spotlight to do that.
Yeah.
So this is, I don't remember what this says. Service call on a kitchen AC not cooling properly. Found the unit to have a bad thermostat. I replaced the stat. Also found the system to be very dirty and have low pressure codes. We will return to clean it up. Then I went back out. We returned to leak check the whole unit. Found multiple leaks in all stages. The unit needs new metal mesh filters. All 3 compressors have been overheating so much the paint is peeling off them. We will contact facilities. So it's not full story, but it's enough descriptive detail to make the story completely understandable.
We should do one whole show where we just read our notes. Like, let me read you some of my notes, Chris, because I love how your notes are written. Honestly, once on site, I found the evap frosted over, so I initiated a defrost. No power to the defrost heater. I ohmed out the heater, 27.7 ohms. I then went through the programming and found the evap sensor says it's 92 degrees inside the box, which is why it won't go into defrost. I need to replace the evap sensor and cabinet air sensor. Yep. We should do a full show where we just read our notes.
Well, no, I'm going to do one right now that's really because this is one.
Boring.
Awesome. No, this is one where, let me find it.
That was good. This is good for people to hear.
This is good stuff. These are the details. Like, we're not.
Did you guys use commas and periods?
Yes. Commas, periods.
I mean, for the most part, but I try, everything is spelled correctly. I try to make sure everything's spelled correctly for sure. So keep going. I'm looking for something right now.
See, like, my notes are copied and pasted to invoices, then sent to customers. So, and these customers sometimes are facility managers, sometimes they're just DMs who've never seen this equipment before. But I need to communicate to them, a fair amount of details of what I did and justify the cost and, make them trust me, so I kind of know or sound like I know what I'm talking about it anyway.
I mean, to be honest with you, with the amount of money that we charge customers, in a way, you really should embellish a little bit on your invoice to show that you put some effort into your diagnosis. And
you're building value,
right?
Yeah. And I mean, you don't have to like lie about a bunch of shit that you didn't do. If you explain everything in as much detail as you can without obviously being, you can overly explain things too, but you got to build value there.
Keep it
and
going.
If I see like 4 sentences, like you've been on a job for 8 hours and there's 4 sentences on your invoice, like nobody's going to want to pay that $1,000, whatever the bill that is. Like, they're going to be like, he did what now? He put piece in Jim crack bag and what? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so this is another one that I wrote, and this is the quote description. Okay, this is a new customer for me. I'm covering my butt, but I'm being thorough and giving them the information they need to know. So we're quoting to replace a failed walk-in freezer compressor. The existing compressor had mechanical damage, so please understand we will need to replace the existing compressor before we can further troubleshoot to try to figure out why it failed. If we need to troubleshoot further, there will be an additional cost as they are not included in this quote. And then I break down just quick descriptions. We will recover the existing refrigerant, dispose of it. We will then install a new retrofit compressor. The original is no longer available. We will then install suction and liquid line dryer, and we will evacuate the system and install new 404A system and start it back up.
This is how blind people enjoy Chris's videos.
So it's I'm taking the time. I'm giving as much description as possible, but I'm also not. It's not complete sentences. Like, I don't know how to explain that. Like, I just try to be
put as overly explaining it.
So when you're disposing of the refrigerant, are you doing that style or
no? The reason why I said that was because, again, I didn't go full into detail, but I'm making sure they're understanding I'm not reusing the refrigerant because the compressor had mechanical damage. I don't know what's going on in there, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the compressor, pull the refrigerant. And just if they're getting quoted for new refrigerant.
Then, another thing I always try to get across too is look at it as if you have the worst customer in the world. You went out there and did this big, expensive job, and then 2 weeks later, something else in the system breaks. Something not even related to what you were working on, but something else that broke in the system. Now they're coming after you. It's like, oh, it's a callback. You did this. You caused this. You have to pay for it. Blah blah blah. Where's your evidence? Like, you got to go to court, essentially, not literally go to court, but you kind of have to represent yourself in this little court and explain to the customer why it's not your fault. If you have all these details and all this stuff on your notes to fall back on, be like, listen, I checked this, I own this, pressures were this, here's my pictures, blah, blah, blah. Details, man. Cover your ass. If
I can sense a problematic customer, let's just say that I'm on site with a manager that I can tell is hostile.
On fire, customer angry.
Yeah.
Sorry, but some of these are funny. It starts with Clive, and so many people are saying,
last guy, cooling bag, found broken Chingas, replace Chingas with Chingas.
Looks
good for my house.
That's essentially, that's it right there. Those are the notes I get.
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
It makes me want to bang my head against
the
window.
For real, if I know like this manager is hostile and they're going to cause problems, I can kill them in the notes. I will. Arrived on site, spoke to name of manager. It was this time. Manager said to do this. I instructed manager. That's not a good. I mean, I will throw the manager under the fucking bus in the invoice if I need to. Like, because I'm good at writing a story or making it make sense. I try not to get vindictive like that, but sometimes
call it like it is, man. You got to cover your ass.
Yeah.
Somebody's manager will throw you under the bus in a second.
That walk-in freezer thing. I'm going to tell this story because this is funny. This did happen this week, Joe. So that walk-in freezer thing was my tech last Saturday. So this one of my restaurant owners just sold his franchise. He owned like 15 restaurants. So let's not name the name, but he had like 15 restaurants. He just sold the franchise
I'm gonna name it.
No, to another franchise owner, right? And I know that my franchise owner is a unicorn owner. Like, he's just this person. Like, he's the one that bought
a unicorn.
$25,000 in iWave devices from me. When I said, dude, I don't believe in these, I literally wrote it. Don't do this. Trust me, you don't want to. It's a waste of your money. Do not buy iWaves, But he said, no, I want them. And I'm like, all right, here you go. But anyways, he was the unicorn owner that always wanted to do right. So I knew whenever he sold his business, it was going to suck. So anyways, my tech was out last Saturday on a walk-in freezer. And he condemned it, mechanical damage, compressors blown apart inside, whatever. And he told him we need to replace the compressor. They said, you know what? We want to wait until Monday. It's Saturday. This is their freezer where they store all their crap. So they wanted to wait till Monday. So I come into the office Monday and I write up a detailed quote knowing I don't think I'm going to get this job. Okay. My prices are probably too expensive for this guy. I think it was a $8,000 compressor change. And, but then he ended up 4 days later having someone take care of it. So their walk-in was down for like 6 days or whatever it is. So I'm already thinking I don't even want to work for this customer anymore if he's not willing to take care of food safety. Like, this is something I don't even want to do.
I don't understand how these restaurant owners get away with this and don't go to jail.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah. But he ended up getting someone else to do the job. So, and then what I heard from my technician was my technician's honest. And he told me when he was there on Saturday, They approached him and asked him if he wanted to do it on the side.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, nice.
That's a customer that I say, fuck you too. No
You know
more.
what, Dad? You know what happened on the whole situation? He told you about it, so you didn't suspect him, and then he went back on Sunday and he did it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's switcheroo, baby. The old switcheroo.
Nope.
Yeah.
I haven't had one of these in a long time like this, but yeah, no. The iWave killed the compressor. Joe's probably right. That iWave's pretty scary, man. But yeah.
The old Corona discharge.
Man.
People tonight cooling with Kraus.
People approaching customers.
I fucking smashed the tip of my middle finger in a fryer job the other day. I had flames shooting up out of a fryer, and as I was pulling one of the back panels off, it no, I didn't. I mean, it shot flames out, and I was like, huh, never seen that before. And like everybody around me was like all freaking out, and they're like, shut it off, shut it off. I'm like, keep it going so I can see where the flames are coming from. I don't what do you want me?
HVAC God said, what a douche canoe. And then he's a douche canoe approaching his employee, asking him to do it on the side. That's douchey.
Speaking of douchey, look, we got fucking James Stevens over there, 007.
Oh. Anyways, we should get
Are you going to get a holster for that, Chris?
Yes. Right here.
Like an under the arm holster or an old cowboy holster, one of the two.
I need like a right here. Just sit.
Can you imagine somebody walking into your house with that thing back in the day?
Oh, big Clive.
YouTube's gonna shut us down because I was pointing a PQ at the
space
camera.
It's a fake gun, YouTube. It's a fake gun. All right.
So no, I did try to catch that film. I thought that would have been awesome. And I actually, in my notes, no joke, in my notes, I almost referred to the flame coming out because I didn't know how do you describe it? Like, it's not a billowing flame, but it's just like a poof ball. So I called it a woofler in my notes. Then I was like, I better call it something different.
I would have called it that, and you should have paid homage to Big Clive.
And they're like,
yeah,
what's a woofler? Like, you don't want to know.
You should have been like, you could have. That just cost me $25.
You could have left a hyperlink of the video, one of Clive's videos.
Put Big Clive in there.
So
listen to all his dirty talk.
People in the chat that wanted to know, they didn't see the part. This was given to me by a gentleman at the HVAC training symposium. This is a Robinair leak detector. This is a refrigerant leak detector made by Robinair
from like 1947.
It's from the 70s, is what I'm told. It's all plastic. It has a speaker on the back. I'm assuming this was for R11 refrigerant because it's a Coke vial or a R11 vial, so you can test the refrigerant. And yeah, this little wand comes off. Freaking most awesome tool I've ever seen. I would almost tempt to send this to Clive. I don't know. I want to take it apart myself, but
don't take it apart.
I might break it.
You should try to, I don't know, score another one.
That's the other thing too. I need to know someone in the chat, right? Because we saw this at the symposium. Someone in the chat or one of our friends from the symposium that I showed this to bought the other one I was going to buy off of eBay because there was one of these on eBay for like $36. And I remember showing it to a few people like, look, it's on eBay. And then all of a sudden it's not available anymore. So one of those guys has one of these.
Let me show you something.
Oh yeah, you liar. I actually think that it was Ben Poole. For some reason I suspect that Ben Poole bought it because he was like, dude, that's awesome. So I wouldn't be surprised if he bought it, the one off eBay.
Yes, halogen torch for the win. My uncle still has one. Yeah.
No, that is exactly true, Joe. Joe Shearer says, too bad they don't make them like that anymore. I mean, that's character.
Joe Shearer was in the chat. Has he been here this whole time?
Oh, yeah. You've been sleeping, bud.
What? He's actually been a real good commenter the whole time.
He had the best comment.
Yeah. The best comment was from Joe Shearer.
That is too bad they don't make them like that anymore, Joe Shearer.
Ty's been in here. It's been awesome. Chat's flying.
I see you there, Ty.
Yeah, I think Ben snatched it up. I'm going to have to ask Ben if he'd be willing to sell that to me because I kind of want it. I need to find another one.
I'm gonna get in touch with Ty and we're gonna see what day we're gonna bring him on.
Yeah, we got to bring Ty on.
Remember, I sent you guys my calendar. Bring him on a day that I'm not on call.
When do we have an Eric Kaiser on? Isn't he coming on next week?
Next week.
Next week.
Have I, David? No.
I just figured that out. You guys heard it here there. You heard it there.
Joe Shearer doesn't win anything. Someone said, "What does Joe Shearer win?" Joe Shearer doesn't win anything because Joe Shearer never sent us stun guns that he said he was going to send us so we could all shock each other live on the air.
Right.
He just wins our love.
That's right. He did give me a ride to the airport though from the symposium.
Oh, damn it, Bill. You took my stun gun budget.
You know what?
Yeah,
we should probably see if Clive could rig up something. If we have shock collars, I wonder if Clive could hook it up
all
to,
push.
Listen, we hook it up to super chats.
Oh, if this, then that. And every time
Hey,
someone says something,
they do with that pink pleasure thing for ladies.
I was just going to say that, Joe. They have like vibrating underwear we can just buy and send the remotes to each other.
That is an idea right there, Clive. Figure that one out. Figure out shock collars for us that are remote and activated.
Super chat activated.
Yeah.
Man.
That sounds.
But it's got to be at least $2.
I bought my wife a new taser. Right. That thing is loud. It is so much louder than I thought it'd be. Just the crackle of that lightning bolt going across there, man.
Dude, the chat is so great tonight.
Yeah, I should just stop talking to you guys.
Are we talking about the private chat or the other one?
No, the main
YouTube channel, man.
Have
Our
you
private
seen
chat is just me because you
I'm
guys
just
are
watching.
sleeping.
Joe keeps commenting there
It's
by
just
himself.
me.
We're just ignoring you, Joe.
And then
Your
David
keyboard's
is saying,
probably off.
I've been ragging on Bill. Are you kidding me? They're ragging on me.
Hey,
All right, I
turn
tell you what. Here's what we're
your
gonna do.
keyboard on.
Here's what we're gonna do. This is a new thing. I did not address this with anybody, but this is gonna be a new part of the show. At the closing of the show, we're randomly gonna pick someone out of the chat and we're gonna send them a StreamYard link for like 30 seconds or something.
And they have to end the show.
Yes, they have to end the show. That is the new thing. So we need to randomly pick someone out of the chat.
How are we going to send it to him?
Adam's got it. He'll ask.
Chat.
Yeah, just
Here.
don't put it in chat. We'll have 50 billion people
That's what
pop
I'm
in
saying.
there.
Well,
So
all
how
of
are you
you
going to
You
send
gotta
it to
screen
him?
him back. In
Oh,
the
okay. You're just gonna put it in there. And
thought
okay,
into this?
that's true because we can pick someone that actually tries to join.
Yeah.
So you're not all gonna get picked. Just put the link in the chat.
Don't put him on the screen until you see him in the
You're gonna
backstage.
close out the show. We're gonna talk
Yeah,
to you
we're
for a
gonna
couple
get some-
seconds, and then you're gonna close out the show.
We're going to get some creepy guy.
Remember
I
Masturbating.
did
that guy?
Remember
Remember that guy, Tom? He
Adam
was-
or Chris, you guys could see them before you put them on, right?
Remember?
Yeah.
What?
Yes, we can see them.
Okay.
Remember when?
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Chris, you guys could see them before you put
What's up?
Who's
What's
that?
up?
Wait, you
Not
have
much.
a
Turn your
special
volume down
head?
if you don't mind.
Oh,
We're getting-
Am I on this thing?
You're on this thing,
Wow.
but turn your volume down because we're hearing you.
Can you put?
Never seen you without a hat on.
Yeah. You need to have your hat on, dude. Come on. We don't recognize you without a hat,
I can't
man.
hear anything. I can't hear anything.
We got one. I'm bringing in one more person. And
Are you?
Go ahead.
You're from Canada, aren't you?
Whoa. What is
Frylock?
up, my friend?
Frylock.
Holy, it's been a while. Oh,
You're
Will.
gonna
Oh,
pull
he's
it?
wearing
You're
a
gonna pull
hat.
it up. Look
That's
at that.
awesome.
Yellow screen.
Hey.
Taking
This
it
is
old
great.
school, like an old school hangout right
like
here.
a party.
Yep.
It's
Sup,
like a
fool?
clusterfuck right here, man.
Nothing much. How many people can we
Hey,
have?
cheers, guys.
Hey, Cyborg Chief. How's it going?
Hey.
How's it going,
You look
Cyborg?
like a creepy, greasy
Cyborg.
guy.
Holy crap.
Oh man, we have so many people in here right now.
I'm starting to get closer.
Damn, this is cool.
It is
Creepy
cool.
now.
Oh my god,
You're Frylock, man. You look like you
It's
lost some
great.
weight.
Loving it.
Yeah,
man. Hides my face fat.
No.
Hey, what
Didn't-
is
you
it
didn't
with
last
these?
time
I
saw
noticed
you.
this today. It's been bothering me. Like I have more hair in my mustache from my
shitty
nose,
mustache,
so there's like two lines in my nose right here.
Oh, we
going
did
down.
talk about that in depth.
Get some
Hamilton.
wax on that caterpillar.
Get
there,
some
Chris.
wax on that.
Wax. What the hell? I just gonna
Suck it in,
Oh.
boys.
Wax. That's what happens. You get a mustache.
Got it in here.
You know what? I'm starting to get anxious here. It's too many people.
Oh, wait. Let me cover this.
It's just enough people.
Done.
There we
Here's
go.
what you see on YouTube.
Oh, there's Joe again.
Oh man.
All right, somebody
Sweet.
say something witty.
Cool.
Yeah.
There he is. Now I know who he is.
That looks
Ooh.
better now. Hey,
Yes.
what kind of hat is that? I can't see it.
It's a tactical hat.
Is it?
Yeah, HVAC tactical hat.
I don't know. I don't,
Adam
That
does
guy-
a spotlight,
That's
right?
Ben
So-
Pool's thing.
he's supposed to be sending me some stuff, but he hasn't. He's leaving
He
me.
can't send
leaving
you
me out.
anything. Ben hasn't sent me anything.
You know what? He needs to start making some OT merch
OT
for us.
merch. Oh yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Overtime.
not
Overtime.
I mean, that's not gonna happen.
Merch.
Not gonna happen.
Why?
Not gonna happen.
Hey, Will, are you at home?
I'm naked.
Yeah, I'm home, man.
Yeah. Can we get a tour of your house?
Well, we
Call
lost you.
waiting.
Who
Oh,
muted
yeah,
him?
We lost him.
Yeah, we lost you.
We lost
I don't know. I
Brian.
don't know how miraculously, but yeah, I'm home.
What happened?
I don't know.
Is
Internet.
your browser powered by a potato? Lagging.
It lagged for a minute. That's funny.
Cyborg, you're in Canada, right? Where are you at?
I think I'm actually kind of close to you.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
please tell us where Joe lives.
Yeah.
Please
Hang
tell
out
us where
with
Joe lives.
Where are you from?
Don't do it. Don't do
Go
it.
take a selfie outside his window.
You don't have to
Dude,
say where you're
Can
from.
I think I know where you are. Can I say?
No.
No, don't say it.
Joe's a proof about that.
No, instead, just break into his house and watch him sleep.
Yeah. But secretly take pictures of them and send them to us, okay? But just don't make it public.
I'll let you do
okay?
that, but yeah.
Right, you're going to ruin all that witness protection program.
Right,
mystery.
right.
Yeah.
You
I'm
won't
telling
see
you,
Cyborg.
Joe lives in Podunk, and
then after
he's
that,
somewhere
like,
in the U.S.
nobody will know where Cyborg went. Like, where?
I'm in the U.S., guys, and you guys just
disappeared.
all this time.
Well, that's exactly it. You are a dick, and we know that you truly are in the U.S. You just tell us that you're in
Right
Canada.
outside your window.
Get Joe Shearer in
Yeah,
on this
pretty much.
party.
Yeah, Joe should come in here.
We're
Yeah.
supposed to get out of here, guys.
wonder
Why
what-
are you guys still here? I
What
want to get
Jesus
out of
fish
here.
looks like. Hey, what do you think Jesus fish looks like in real life?
Jesus.
Jesus.
Think like
Where-
a
Beard.
where do you
long
think-
fish
hair.
face with a
where-
beard?
Where's Randy Ravioli?
Oh, that
No,
would
he
be
probably fell asleep.
a top panel.
Right, ate some crayons and
He's
fell
mad
asleep.
at Bill because he didn't shout out.
Oh, I
Did
know.
you?
I shouted him out.
I didn't hear it.
Said it early on.
He's
I didn't
awesome.
hear it.
He'll message Bill like a Tuesday
I was like, Randy,
afternoon.
listen,
Make sure
Randy,
you say hi to me on Friday.
Hey, he's
he's old school. He's our number one.
he is. He's the #1 fan.
Been
He is.
supporting us since 92
I still
when we
think the
started.
funniest thing was when you sent him pizza. He was so happy about that.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
Genuinely.
I thought the best thing was when Bill sent him a shirt, and Bill's like, "Did you get the shirt?" And he's like, "No, I didn't get it. It didn't
No.
come."
And he
Oh,
found
yeah.
it like 2 days later on his back porch. Like,
You-
oh, it's been there for like a week. I'm like,
Like, did you check the front?
you didn't like think about that? Like I told you, it was
That's
getting there at
hilarious.
this date. And it didn't show
He-
up.
he's a cool dude though, man.
Like
he is
4
really
days
good.
later, he's like, wait a minute, there's 2 doors in this house. Let me go check the other one. Oh shit!
Did you guys
Oh,
know that
my
my dog has an Instagram account? My wife made it.
That is so ridiculous.
Really? No way. That's cool.
Yes.
That's awesome.
She literally actually I can't lie. I've posted on there like 2 times. So
Tell us you're from California without.
Do I
telling
need
us.
Doggo.
pants? No, not here.
yeah. All right. I need to go eat dinner, so we need to end this because I'm
Yes.
hungry.
Get outta here.
You Jerky.
All right. Well,
Somebody get us out.
Jerky.
Go ahead and put it on Joe. There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
of all these people, you picked me. There's like fucking 8 people. You got to me.
Oh
Go
man.
like this, show when you're yelling. Fucking 8 people.
There
What's
you
up,
go.
Rick.
Dr. Rick.
Hey,
There
Rick.
you go.
What's up, guys?
Look at this.
Look at
distinguished
look at how
gentleman.
rude Rick is. He comes on our show and he doesn't even
Ravishing
advertise
Rick
my
Rude.
hats. He's
Don't
gotta
even
use everybody else's
advertise. That's
hat.
how I am. I'm dirty like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
that's cool.
Hey, Bill, I asked Rick to do a side job with us, and I said, let's film and make
I
a
know.
video.
Yeah, you told me all that.
He laughed at me.
What?
Yeah,
Why?
let's do a side job and let everybody see it. That sounds like a good idea.
Why
I
not?
mean,
It's pro bono work, you know.
yeah, it's not like you
It's
know
for
the
charity. You
the-
guys should
what
do
is it?
charity.
OSHA's
That's what we
gonna
should
be
do.
watching
Charity,
YouTube.
man. I was hoping he's gonna make some money on that.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? We should
I
do
am.
something like that. Like we should do. That'd be kind of
I'm
cool
not
if we
even good at it.
figured
Somebody
out a
does.
way.
They do that. It's called Miracle Mechanical.
Yeah, Brent's doing that.
Wait,
That's right. But
what
we
are
should
you
figure
looking
out a
at?
way to bring in like content creators from everywhere to come
What
help
is-
on like a
wait,
Make-A-Wish
what-
program
wait,
thing.
Look
what's
at
going
that.
on?
What is that?
What the hell are they showing down there on the right? Breadboard.
This is an electronic circuit, so I can automatically turn the lights on and off in my room.
That's
You mean-
amazing.
You don't have a switch like on the wall?
I do. I want to get rid of it though because it sucks.
Okay.
Sounds like
So how
that's
does it
a lot
work?
More complicated.
Uses these 2 motion sensors right here, and it's going to work similarly to a motion sensor that's just dumb. That like it uses a timer, but instead it's going to be like
What if
actually smart. Like the lights won't turn off, and
I'm pretty.
when
dumb,
no
so.
motion is happening.
What if you clap
Hey,
and they turn
That
it
is
off?
cool.
That could work too.
That's
Yeah.
pretty slick.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That's awesome, Cyber.
What's your nesting?
Well,
Lies, like
Chris,
That's,
or hey, Rick, you're good at saying goodbye to people.
no. Rick is too good at it. Rick is too good at it.
Toodles,
Let's
toodles,
get
and
somebody
noodles.
uncomfortable like you guys do to me.
I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, I
you
ain't
with
got
my-
nothing thought up.
I'm
I'm
gonna
just
leave you-
chilling out with a dog
Chris,
here.
You can't go.
No, I was going to leave you with my favorite quote.
Oh.
How
What's
about
my
like,
favorite quote?
subscribe, and we'll see you dudes in the next live stream.
There you go.
There you
Show
go.
ended.
There, that's
Oh, anonymous. Use Doppler
Yes, we just send
sensors
cyborg
instead.
sheep
Let me look those were.
application.
Let me look
Thanks so
them up.
much for having us on, guys. This was
Cyborg
awesome.
problem.
sheep can be he can be our new hype man.
Doppler sensors.
Speak up, Joe. Everybody's watching.
Oh, okay. That's the motion.
Joe, we can see your address.
Oh.
Your class.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
You're looking at there, Joe. Cheers
I'm looking
catalog.
at Doppler sensors. Alan Osler said, from what Cyber has
Doppler.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
You too, Troy. Thank you. You as
You know
well.
what?
Stay safe, everybody.
Kind of like that. That the like at the end of every ICP concert I've ever been to, the very last song, ICP just lets people jump up on the stage. Enjoy the
Oh,
family.
uphill from now. Thanks.
I can't say I've ever been to an Insane Clown
I've
Posse
been
concert.
Got you, Uncle.
Numerous.
I just feel like I might get stabbed in the nuts.
Bill listens to lots of devil music.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is a